And to me, I think one of the biggest tools that they're using as a magical tool is media, movies,
Oh,
music,
sure.
TV. What are your thoughts on that? How large of a role do you think this is in controlling the masses with magic?
I think, I mean, I hate to say it, but I think most of it's actually all reality TV. I do think most of the stuff, I guess the best way to say it, most of the stuff that we're seeing on TV, because of the way that we have been brought up to live, programmed for the way that our mind works, we look at things at a completely like shifted, maybe like a 45-degree angle than I think everybody who's in charge looks at. Everybody who's understanding of occult magic, or occultism, we look at it as a completely different, skewed way. They could necessarily be telling us a lot of the truth, but the way we understand words, or the way we take phrases, or the way we look at things, has been programmed into us that we will not actually understand what they're saying. And a lot of times I do think they're telling us the truth. It's just that we have no idea what's really being said. So it is as like a play. And the characters understand what they're saying, but the audience is just completely fucking mesmerized by something totally different. And that's exactly what I think is keeping humanity dumbed down to where they don't understand who they are, what we're capable of as well.
Um,
Anything to add, Lux?
yeah, I would say that they do use occult principles and laws, to reinforce what New York Patriot just said. Right? You look at TV, you look at movies, where the music industry, these messages are always the same thing, right? There's always the same message. It's really bizarre how all these films all have such similar, events that take place. We see movies about pandemics a decade ago that are perfectly applicable to what we see now. We hear, these different artists from the music industry get up and give the symbolism that is well associated and known to be occult, and people just assume that, it's, oh well, they're just doing something cool, but that these artists don't understand what frequencies, what tones, what rhythms, what BPMs, what even how to manipulate, certain like the structure of music. Even the way that we use it now is vastly different than the way that we used it in the 1500s. The way that music is written itself is vastly different. And it's, in my opinion, a lot of that is to take you to a much lower vibratory level, so that you just become this sort of mesmerized, totally hypnotic type of person that just is based solely on emotion. And then once they have you in that position where everything is based off of emotion, that they can steer your emotion, which will then steer the way that society goes as a whole. I mean, when was the last time that we heard a song that was promoting something good about, like, helping the people around you and making sure that you're not an asshole, and that you look inside of yourself to become a better person to impact the ones that you love? You don't hear that, and that's on purpose. That's not what sells. And so, yeah, they love to use the fear mindset. They love to turn all of us against each other, and they can do it in a lot of subliminal ways, from music, like I was just saying, to the stuff that they slip into movies that just gets put into your subliminal mind, and it stays there until they want to activate it. So
Yeah, for sure. Now, do either of you still practice at all? And, if so, what are you doing in your daily lives to kind of keep practicing? And how do you feel about magic and magical orders now, after everything you've learned? We start with you in New York.
The only thing I really do is meditation and maybe play with some chakra work. Once I had, like I said, at the end, I guess, of my magical career, I started realizing just through meditation, I was able to pretty much get to the same place that I was at. So I do believe meditation is powerful in itself. And you don't necessarily have to be meditating to a specific deity and a pantheon or whatever. You know what I'm saying? It could be a lot more of just you and God. So I find that to be something I still like to do. And the chakras, I do believe we have energy. Those things are real. You know what I'm saying? And that does. I think messing with those can help you spiritually and physically. But when it comes to the rituals that I used to do, I had often wondered, just even starting off with the lesser banishing ritual of the pentagram, and then moving on to the hexagram, whatever that, wherever I want to take it from there. Is that already putting me in a position that maybe I may not want to be in? You know what I'm saying? Is the whole structure of the system I'm using maybe corrupt in a sense? Like, I don't know. I have no idea. So I don't want to mess with that stuff anymore. I'd much just rather quiet my mind and I guess maybe try to have conversations with God that way instead of through ritual work.
Very good. And what about you, Lux?
Yeah, I would say that in secret societies, I would definitely say like I said before, they're not all created equal. I'm not going to say that all secret societies are evil. I'm not going to say that all the information that you're given in secret societies is evil, and it's not true. But for me personally, I can see how much it's been manipulated, and it's definitely been corrupted. So these secret societies, even when they try to, on the outward appearance to look one way, it's very possible that the higher you go up, it's different. So I would, we never want to shit on every secret society. It's just the ones that we've happened to look into are full of shit. So it's just, we honestly, like we say all the time, we would love to research a secret society and have something come up that isn't just disgusting and revolving around kids and pedophilia and human trafficking and money laundering and death and illegal activity and gambling and bribery. It's what you find all the time, unfortunately. But I'm like I said, I'm not going to say that all secret societies are bad, but I would caution, deep caution, to anyone who is interested in trying to research the occult and to secret societies, that you have to be careful. You are playing with a loaded gun, because like we say all the time, magic is electricity. Magic can be used to help, light up a light, like a light bulb, with electricity, but you can also shock someone with electricity. And if you don't know what you're dealing with, you could very well be the one who gets shocked. So, for me, I've gotten away a lot from ceremonial magic, and I do a lot more meditation and yoga. And really, some of the most occult information that they don't want you to know is that what you think affects the world around you. What you think helps to fabricate the reality that's going to be around you. And that's really dangerous to them, because the minute that we all figure that out, then they lose power. So I just would say to listeners that some of the most occult things that you can do is to monitor your mind, to see what your thoughts are. Why do I have these thoughts? Why do I always think negatively? Why do I always think in a fear state? And if I'm always thinking in a fear state, that doesn't help me. It doesn't help the people around me, and help to root out the things in your mind that hold you back and hold all of us back from getting out of this trap. So, I would say being mindfulness and conscious of your thoughts and where they come from is some of the most important occult information that you can have. And I'll tell you this, that if you can master that, if you can learn what you think, why you think it, change it for the better, become a better person by getting rid of the things that are disgusting about yourself that you don't even like, that you will be a better magician than 99% of other magicians that I've met.
Yeah, man.